let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. There's a flag over there. Right.
Pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Secretary's report. Linda. Oh, sorry.
That's
I'm
Will.
sorry.
Too close.
All right, so yeah, to be frank, yep, the Secretary's report, I did send that out both last week and just last night as I normally do. Same as before, you know, minutes from last month with extra notation down the bottom.
All right, and did everybody get that? All right, anybody want to make a motion to accept that as our Secretary's report?
So moved.
Tim?
Second, Peter.
Peter? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
On Zoom? All right, motion passes. Treasurer's report. So I will entertain a motion to accept that as our Treasurer's report. A motion.
So moved.
And moved and seconded, Kelly and Paul. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Our next meeting will be here on September 6th, also on Zoom, and we don't have a presentation yet. So if you have a good idea or a good connection for somebody who knows to give a good presentation, just let me know, and we'll get them in here. You know, we've had presentations on this before, but it's been a while, and we used it at Field Day.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Once again, my name's Will Oliver, and thanks to everybody attending out here. Sorry I'm a little bit outside the camera. So once again, I'm the Secretary of the Maple Grove Radio Club, and yeah, like Benton said, this evening I'm going to be talking about weak signal propagation, mainly FT8 and FT4, but we'll also briefly discuss some other ones as well. Let's see if we just press down there. So in short, what is weak signal mode? Mainly it's really a form of digital radio communication designed to work in situations where signal strength will be low. It uses reflections from the ionosphere, as well as meteor trails and the moon, to allow the signal to rebound across long distances, no satellite required. There are multiple protocols out there, but ones that are commonly known are FT8, FT4,
Hang on a second.
So yeah, there are multiple protocols out there for weak signal propagation, but the ones that we typically have...
Use that screen so you can see that you're on the same right screen there.
Oh yeah, sure, thanks. Yep, got it. But yeah, the common ones I have experience with are FT8 and FT4. We'll get into some specifics of those momentarily. Other ones that are out there are JT65, JT9, and also one known as WHISPR, or Weak Signal Propagation Report, which is mainly for scientific study. This is designed mainly, again, for short and basic exchanges, usually with a call sign, signal report, and grid square. So not really the kind of thing for chewing the rag, really.
So here's sharing my full screen. The reason I do that is because WSJT is multiple windows, and if I shared just one window, you would only get part of the story here. So as you can see, it gets pretty screen hungry here. The bottom is the waterfall. The top part is the actual program. I like to arrange it this way, and then I put JT alert here next to it. And quite often what I'll do is I'll take a browser window, and I will use up that last corner of space here with JT with PSK Reporter. But usually I have it on two separate screens. So as you can see, the left part here, that is displaying everything on the waterfall. Everything is decoded, and it's 20 meters starting to fade right now. It looks like. Well, no, actually, it actually looks like it's coming up with quite a few every time. It looks messy, so show them what it sounds like. That's cacophony. You can't make out anything like that. Every single sound here is a vertical stripe. You can turn it down now. Every single sound is a vertical stripe that's 50 hertz wide. And these two tabs here, but it's spread out from 0 to 3 kilohertz. This is an audio waterfall. And so what you'll do is the red one is the frequency you're transmitting on, and the green one is the one you're listening to. And the green one, if I were to like say, what is that? I could put the green one here, and on the next decode, it's going to show that on the right window. So the right window is only things that are addressed with your call sign in it, or where your green tab is. So you can see this was at 20-25 hertz, and it was N8DUQ calling W4IOE. So it's a very simple thing. It's just, the sequence it displays a very basic conversation. CQ, my call sign, my grid square. If somebody wants to answer you, they call you back with, it's the hey you, it's me protocol. Your call sign, his call sign, and his grid square. On the next 15, and that each of those took 15 seconds, and then the next 15-second interval, you call him back and say his call sign, my signal report, and then he calls you back, your call sign, his call sign, R, which means received, your signal report, and then finally, you call him back and say his call sign, your call sign, either RR73 or just 73, but basically that's all it takes for the entire conversation. 5 15-second intervals, a minute and a quarter. And so we can look through this here, and what we would do is when we're doing this, we first of all look for a place where there's a blank spot in the waterfall, and notice that the red and the green do not have to be in the same place. You can be transmitting and listening on separate frequencies. That's called operating split, and that usually works better for quite a few reasons. It's just a little, I'm not going to get into, but you keep your red thing over an open spot as you look for somebody you want to call. These are color coded. Since I've been doing this a while, there aren't any, the color codings are green would be, I think, or orange here is somebody calling CQ from a grid square I've never talked to. So that would be a good one for me to call. So, but it's already, as I've been talking into it, it's already 8 seconds into the 15 seconds and I wouldn't get it. Here we go, Spain. That's minus 17 signal report. I don't really like calling anybody at less than minus 10 unless it's a country that's I've never talked to before. Here's a minus 6. I'll just call him. So I'll double click and it automatically, the yellow here means I'm transmitting.
Yeah, but it's also showing us transmitting here on the radio screen.
So he called CQ AC2BI and he's in grid square FM 19. So I call AC2BI K0BHJ EN35. That's where we are. And let's see if he calls me back. And then there we go. Red means he's calling me back. He's calling K0BHJ AC2BI minus 14. That's pretty weak. We just have a Wolf River antenna on the roof here that we just threw up there. So he's calling me back. He called me with a minus 14 signal report. I'm calling him R with a minus 09 signal report. And then now I'm listening, and boom, RR73. And then as soon as I call 73, it automatically brings up my logging window, and we're still at 35 watts.
Yep.
Boom. There we go. It's logged. And JT Alert automatically copies it over to Logbook of the World, and boom, there it is right there. AC2BI and Logbook, no, QRZ. And it also copies it over to AC Log. So that's why I like JT Alert, is because it does all the extra logging there.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when he calls CQ again, you see it's white now. That's because I've already talked to him. There's no point in calling him again. But it's still showing up in the right column because my green listening tab. That when you double click on somebody, it automatically moves the listening tab directly to him. So that's the basic idea behind it.